Okay, so we are today testing a bunch of microphones. So we are testing a cheap wireless microphone. This is a K35 microphone, and we are testing a DJI MIC 2 and also the internal mic of both the Insta oneRS, the camera you're seeing the image right now, and the Insta Go 3. So the sound right now that you're listening to is recorded on the Insta RS through the adapter, the microphone adapter, and a mini jack receiver for the wireless K35 microphone, which is here. And we are also recording at the same time, almost from the same position, with the DJI MIC 2, and I'm gonna alternate between the sound from one and the other, and also with images and sound from the Insta Go 3, so that you can see the difference. Today we chose, it's a beautiful sunny day, but it's very windy, as is usual, here on Consolação, near Peniche. And I choose this day particularly because it's helpful to see how these microphones behave in non-optimal conditions. When it's good weather, you know, and you don't have a lot of background noise, you don't have a lot of wind. Both the Insta Go 3 and the Insta360 oneRS cams, internal microphones, behave okay. You know, you don't really need an external microphone under controlled or good conditions. But many times when you're vlogging outside, or when you want to do something on a context where you cannot control all these details, then it's important to have another solution, right? Something to solve the issue of this shitty wind sound that is captured. I cannot show you right now the Insta oneRS sound without the microphone because I have to unplug that, but I will do that in a minute. So, but just so to give you a bit more information about this. So the DJI MIC 1 is using a wind muffler. So it has this accessory that comes with the kit, and it works pretty well even when it's windy like this. The K35 does not have it only has a foam. It does not have this same muffler. So when you use a muffler, it does get better, but in this case I haven't bought one, so it's not using that. But you can see that the quality is still very much usable, you know. And now the important bits to understand about this is that the DJI MIC 2 is a complete autonomous microphone. So it has a backup track that it can record. So you don't need anything else. You don't even need a receiver device where the track is being saved. Whereas the K35 does need an output track, right? It needs to output somewhere. It cannot record sound by itself. So that's a downside of it, of the K35, and an upside of the DJI MIC 2, of course. So, as I was saying, we can also see the sound of the Go 3S that we have here, and we can also see the sound of the oneRS actually, of the adapter. So you can see that it's recording, it's not showing anything. So this sound is actually from the mics, and I ought to put the camera exactly as I would use it, right? No point in bringing it closer because that would benefit that setup, and it should still be a shitty sound, but a bit better than it actually is when you're using that that sound is not usable. So now let's connect it again, and you can see that you have there this bar because there's an external mic connected. So it boils down to what you're going to use the microphone for, what are your intended plan usage of it. If you intend to have the most versatile possible microphone of different situations, right? You might be recording, for instance, um, a screencast or a stream, and you're traveling, so you don't have, you don't want to bring your bulkier studio microphone, even if it's a smaller one. It's still bulky. It's still you need to bring it in its own box to protect it, blah blah blah. It's still a bulky item, right? This fits in your pocket, in your jacket pocket. So what is the conclusion? The conclusion is that it depends. The best mic is without a doubt the G Mic 2, right? It's also only reasonable to expect so because it costs 15 times more than the K35, right? We already saw some of the advantages of it on the video, but we are going to go through them again. So basically the most important thing for me in this microphone, and I acquired it because of the Instago 3 that does not have a way to connect an external microphone, not even from Bluetooth or software, nothing. And it does not have a physical jack to connect the microphone. So I wanted to have something in case I went outside to record with it, but I also wanted to record my voice or do interviews or whatever with a bit higher quality, or because the conditions weren't that good, that I could use that microphone. That's why I bought it, and it's been showing itself useful already. Besides that, because I'm filming this with a D3500 Nikon, a DSLR. It's an older model already. It has some years, and it doesn't have any entrance for a mini jack or any other way of connecting a microphone to it. And I'm going to show you now the sound that it's capturing, and you'll be able to notice the differences between that and having a dedicated, more professional microphone like this one. Having said that, it's also the design, the finishing, the accessories. Like, you can connect the receiver. You can put here a plug for a male USB-C or a female one. You can use the mini jack and use it just like the other one, right? Like the K35, connecting it directly to whatever device is recording the audio track, in case you don't want to later on have to edit or post-production the track into the video. But for me it's not a problem. But in case you don't want to do that, you can also record it through the receiver. That's why it's here. And you always have the saving track. The quality of the file is another one, so it can record in 32-bit float mode, so a very high quality file that you can do a serious post-production on it. It has the muffler, the magnetic pendant that you can just connect it so you don't have to pinch. Not sure you can see it. Besides the price, there's really no discussion. It's the best microphone, right? But as we saw on the video, the K35 or any one of those types of microphones, that one costs $20, two microphones and one receiver. That same two microphones and one receiver for the G mic sets you back $360 or something. So it's, 15 times more, around 15 times more the cost. So if you're using it with, like I was, with just the Insta oneRS, I would use that. I wouldn't have bothered buying this. I have plans to use this. That's why I bought it. But if I was only using it with the Insta oneRS, I would just kept that one and I wouldn't bother getting a different one because the quality is quite good. And we weren't even using a muffler on that one. It's just the foam, and the foam is a bit more sensible to strong winds such as that one. And you can still post product it a little bit. So with a muffler, it will be just almost unnoticeable, especially if you're using the sound speakers of a laptop or the sound speakers of your cell phone, your smartphone. You won't be able to distinguish between them. You know what I mean? Of course, if you're using monitors, headphones, or very high fidelity speakers, then yeah, you probably can notice details. But it's like cameras and image, right? Nowadays, a lot of people just see them in their smartphone, which is such a small screen. So many times the gains in image resolution and quality don't really translate into something that is noticeable unless you see it on a bigger screen, which many people still do. But what I mean is you'll be able to hit your quality goals with a key 35, I'm almost sure. And I hope that the video helped you see that and helped you on deciding which one you should choose. Like I said, this one is very versatile. If you have the money and you don't want to worry, yeah, go for this one. If you are not sure about spending that amount of money on a microphone, yeah, get the other one. So that's my the thoughts I have for you about these microphones. I will leave links for the Amazon products, for the pages, for the searches of the K35, Gmic store, and all those things. So if you're planning on buying them or you want to give them a try, use those links and you'll be helping me out. And that's it. I hope it was useful for you, and I'll see you on the next one.